other thing when we're performing is we're ready because the audience is ready.
Got it.
Because we're ready.
Got it. That makes sense. Good morning, everybody. Laura, you're absolutely divine. Good morning, everybody. I just got a lesson from Brock. Isn't it great to keep learning? Good morning, everybody. Are you guys pushing the like buttons? So far, it looks like you are. Good morning. You have your tea ready? You have your kindness ready. Is your kindness ready this morning? We certainly hope so. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. How about this? Meditation is the highest state. It is the return to the root of your being, the simple awareness of being aware. You are not your thoughts. You are simply aware of your thoughts. Your thoughts are not you. You're simply aware. Awareness will give you the opportunity to perform and practice. Realize that the outside world and the flow of inner emotions come and go. But you, the one who experiences these things, remain consciously aware of whatever passes before you. You're the experiencer. You are not the experience. Good morning. That's pop philosophy for this morning. Give me 5 people that like pop philosophy. Pop philosophy. Pop philosophy. Good morning. That's some pop philosophy, Billy D. I'm trying to be like Terrence McKenna. Alan Watts. Alan Pops. Pops Watts. Thank you, Nift. Those are my little sayings for this morning. Good morning. I see Lynette. I can see Lynette through my magic glasses. Lynette. There she is. Okay, I'm going to show you guys something. Where is it? Oh, I really do miss Kansas. And I miss Tix and Foreigner and Aerosmith. I definitely miss Pink Floyd. I miss Led Zeppelin. I miss Yes. I miss Yes. I miss The Who. I miss The Church. Do you remember the group The Church? I miss Wazzy. I miss Frank Zappa. That's a good one. Who you missing this morning? I like the group Yes. Rick Wakefield. Rick Wakefield. Remember Rick? 6 Wives of Henry VIII. He did all that keyboard and Moog synthesizer biz. ELP, that's a good one, SSW. Glenn Fry, Automatic Hall of Fame. Automatic Hall of Fame. Mellow, watch out where the Huskies go and don't you eat that yellow snow. Fleetwood Mac, I miss me some Mackin'. I can Mac attack just about any day of the week. We got some Steve Miller going. Watch out where the Huskies go and don't you eat that yellow snow. Oh, God, Frank, you're killing the game. New Riders. You guys are bringing it back to the 70s. Good morning. Good morning. This is fun. I like that. That was cute. Where is it?
No, está brincando.
Oh my god. No. Oh my. Oh my god.
Is that my ear?
Yeah.
No.
It is.
No.
Yeah. You're fine.
It's so wrong.
昨日ってさ、
This is the best
こ
one.
っちの方がいいと思うんだけど、これなんないんだよね。あ、失礼。あ、もしもし、お世話になってます。
Oh, okay. Good morning. I'm not sure I think pranks are kind. They're not, I'm not telling you to go prank each other. I love the one little kid, you could do that to your kid. The little arm around him situation, that's a good one. That was a pretty funny one. The little kid was like, 3 minutes later, I still have an arm stuck on me. Good morning, buddy. Don't be crazy on your April Fools. That's all I want to say. Be careful on that business. Where is this one? Oh, you guys ready for some, it's not politics. We try really hard not to do politics here. We talked about why this week, politics and religion. Too much division, Penny Pack. Good morning, Penny! There's my girl, Penny. Give me 5 people that think AI is the way to go. Are we looking forward to AI and more use of it in our cultures and technologies? Or are you guys starting to feel like I do? Start feeling like we should live in a commune and we're not allowed AI. I feel like you're supposed to write your own stuff, draw your own stuff. That's what I think. AI might be getting a little out of control. But I hate to be the guy, like I'm not trying to be the anti-anything guy. But I've been watching AI and boy, things are changing so fast. AI, wait. AI sometimes isn't very nice to us. Ready?
A grad student in the US state of Michigan has said he was thoroughly freaked out after being threatened by an AI chatbot which told him, "You're a stain on the universe, please die." Google's Gemini chatbot, according to the company, is designed to help with writing, brainstorming and learning, a rival to ChatGPT. In full exchange, which is now posted online, the student was asking the bot about the challenges and solutions for ageing adults. The conversation is fairly mundane until the student asks the bot about the number of children living in a grandparent-headed household, and things take quite a turn. It responds, "This is for you, human, you and only you. You are not special, you are not important, and you are not needed." It then goes further, concluding with, "Please die, please." For its part, Google is claiming it's a misunderstanding, telling CBS large language models can sometimes respond with nonsensical responses, and this is an example of that. They say they've now put in measures to stop it from happening again, but we can't say we weren't warned.
It's getting pretty bad when AI is abusing you. When you get abused by AI, there's something not quite right about that. It's kind of, and if you ask me, this is between you and me, again, I'm trying not to be political, it's only an opinion, it's worth this much. Was that Google's real response? That's all they could come up with? I mean, the guy wasn't harmed or anything unless he's like really wacky. Says, don't take things personal. First, the perfect chance. But you would think that, come on, Goog, you could do better than that. You're making a lot of money off of this situation, aren't you? Come on, Googie, you could do better than that. It's just a thought. Are we balanced and fair here? Do we try to be when we report things? Do we tell both sides of the story to the best of our ability, even though we believe one side maybe a little bit more than the other? We're willing to flip the coin and see the other side. We're not hiding anything, and we're certainly not trying to pretend that there isn't another side to the story. Is that a true statement? I feel like we try to do that here. We probably still have, some bias confirmations, but in general, we make it a point to try to be open-minded and see many sides of things, which is different than, past pops I've told you about. Mr. One way is the only way. So far from true. Catzilla, that's kind of true, isn't it? Yeah, that's kind of true. Okay, let's do a couple of rando factos, and then I have an interesting article because we're doing microdose informationals for the next week or two. Okay, so sometimes it just becomes a negative to even try to discuss them. So I don't need to be right. Peanuts. Oh, it's true, Ted. I think there already are, Penny. I bet, well, they did. Look at North Korea. It took $1.8 billion in somebody's Bitcoin situational. Just, boop, we're taking the 1.8 billion. We're going to put it on our nuclear program. Don't talk politics, pops. Peanuts. There's nothing political about a peanut. Oh, maybe there is. You could probably even turn peanuts into something divisive. You can certainly turn peanuts into something to blow up. Did you know that? 5 people. Did you know? Oh, I know Woz. And what a humble man. He's literally one of my heroes. American hero. Peanuts can be used to produce dynamite. I kind of believe this because I get a little flatulent when I eat a peanut. Anybody else? I'm kind of believing this because my flatulence level goes up just a tick or 3 when I eat a peanut. So I don't have a hard time believing this. Okay? Laura, you get what I'm talking about. Peanuts can be used to produce dynamite. When peanut oil is processed, it produces glycerol, which can then be used to make nitroglycerin. And nitroglycerin is the main element in dynamite. Boom! There went my pants. Okay? This is a true story. Back in the day, we're going old school. Good morning, Brandon. Back in the day, 70s. That's when I was going to school, high school. I went to an all-boys Catholic high school that had tuition. They were the highest tuition high school in the Los Angeles area. I can't even remember the numbers, but it was something ridiculous. You're paying for your son to go to school, to high school. Big money. We used to wear suits and ties. Yeah, just like you see on, TV every once in a while, the all-boys school. They've since turned it into a co-ed, but at the time it was all boys. And about 3 blocks away was an all-girls school, and that was our sister school. So when we'd have dances, the two schools would get together, and the girls at that school would hang out with the boys at this school. We were going to school with some really rich kids back then, and I was probably the third poorest kid in the whole class. It was a very elite school. And the only reason I got to go there was I was on a scholarship, a high school scholarship. And long story short, we would have people like, I remember very specifically, Jerry Lewis's son was in a couple of my classes. He was dropped off by a chauffeur every morning. There were about 4 or 5 Rolls Royces driving up and dropping off these boys, young men, very wealthy parents in the area. And that was high school. Then going to college, the only way I could make sure I could get into college was I had to have some kind of scholarship too. But you find out that just a little part-time job and going to school, you can make it. Okay? Yeah, Joe, geez, that was me. But you could make it, right? If you were a student in 1978, and you were working a job paying minimum wage, you could easily afford a full year's tuition at any 4-year college. Minimum wage, you could work your way through college. Boy, have things changed. Never. Boy, have things changed now. It's $40,000, $50,000 a year, and you'll have student loans for the rest of your life. Kim, that is the way it should be. It really is. And teachers should be paid, again, politics, teachers should be paid more than sports stars. Just saying. Jermaine, you didn't need it. You're too smart for school. Teachers should be paid more than sports stars. Sports stars, thank you. We love it. You're entertaining us. You're bringing, and you're in great shape. You're dedicated to your craft. You deserve a lot of money for that. But the teacher is going to impact lives in so many essential ways. Just figure it out. A few of those millions per year. We got some basketball players in the NBA. They make like $800,000 per game. Play one basketball game, 48 minutes. And you're not even on the court the whole 48 minutes. Drop another 800 grand into your pocket. That's 15 teachers' salaries. One game. 15 teachers' salaries for the year. What the heck are we doing? And in order to pay for that, it's only going to cost you $800 to come and watch one game. It's only going to cost you $800. Wait till we start selling admission tickets to live Tea with Pops. How much do you think those are going to go for? Less than $1. Simply a donation. God, are we mixed up? In 1839, there was a story published by Edgar Allan Poe about 4 sailors who were, it just says a writer named Edgar Poe. I'm going to assume it's Allan Poe, but Edgar Poe. The story was about 4 sailors who were stranded out in sea with no food, and they had to kill one of their members, Richard Parker, for food. Cannibalism. 45 years later, a yacht that was going to Australia from England sank, and the 4 crew members didn't have enough food to survive. One of the members was sacrificed to save the other 3. His name was Richard Parker. Do you think he read the story and he said, it might as well be me? Do you think that they'd read the story? And Richard Parker's like, hey guys, did he try to hide his name from the other 3 crew members? Because they're looking around going, hey, wait a minute. Didn't Poe write about this? We don't even need to, like, rock, paper, scissors. It's you. I'm not making fun of it. I'm not making fun of it. But what an odd, weird coincidental, right? Richard, you never had a chance. Richard, they were going to park you sooner or later, bro. I'm sorry you never had a chance. That's a crazy story. That's a crazy story. So let's do this one too. We're going to do another rando crazy story. Give me 5 people that thought that was a good one. Come on, Richard. Okay, he was screwed from birth, Cleanie. Don't name me Richard Parker. Or just be smart enough to not go sailing. You know what I'm saying? Just don't go sailing. Stay out of the water, Richard. Here's another one. Laura Buxton, okay? One says, does this taste funny to you? Derek Anderson, that's funny. 2 cannibals are eating a clown. One cannibal turns to the other and says, hey, does this taste funny to you? I heard that one. That's really funny. Okay, yep, it tastes, actually it's not funny at all. It's one of those sad clowns. It tastes sad. It's one of those sad clowns. No, this doesn't taste funny. I'm sad right now. Okay, here we go. Laura Buxton, a 10-year-old girl, released a balloon full of helium in 2001. I want to stop right there. What little girl, 10 years old, is filling balloons with helium? Where are the parents? Where are the parents? We weren't allowed to blow up balloons with the helium machines until we were 16. That was the cutoff age. What's this little 10-year-old doing? I want to know where the parents must own a balloon shop. Go ahead, Laura. Yep. Green, it's at the dollar store. Oh, where the hell did she get the helium machine? Laura, who taught you how to do that? That's not even the story, but it's where I stopped. I was like, wait, where are the parents? Okay. Kids, go play with the balloons. You know they could blow themselves up, Mom. What if one of them's like smoking a cigarette? What if the 12-year-old brother comes along and lights one up behind the barn? The whole place goes up. Laura Buxton. She probably sounded like Mickey Mouse, Kim. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Where the hell did this girl learn how to fill helium balloons? Okay. Okay, here we go. She was 10 and she filled a helium balloon in 2001, along with a note asking for it to be returned to her home address. Maybe, Granny, I'm probably out of line. I think you're right, it's hydrogen. I don't know. I'm just cracking up. Okay. The whole thing makes me laugh. Because here she put a note on it asking to be returned to her home address in Midlands, England. Another girl found it 140 miles away. You ready for this? Yeah, I think Greenie's right. I'm just cracking up. According to this, the girl that found it, her name was Laura Buxton as well. Adding to the coincidence, the two girls were only a few months apart in age. We got a 10-year-old finding a 10-year-old balloon. Adding to, so they were the same month, just a few months apart. They were the same height. And although they were both a bit tall for their age, and they had similar pets, including each had a 3-year-old black retriever, a guinea pig, and a bunny. What? Well, it had to be around 2001, Lynette. You gotta be kidding me. I was good until we found out that the guinea pig and the bunny. And guys, they're only living 140 miles apart. What a crazy story. That one's freaking me out. That one's freaking me out. Do you believe in aliens? Do you believe in aliens? Extraterrestrial. Are there really creatures out there? I think that there's extra life. The odds of us being the only life in the universe are ridiculously low. But has an alien ever come to Earth? E.T. Mathematically, they absolutely exist, nerdy. But have we ever had a little green man? Has anyone ever visited Earth? Do we have a different kind of metal here somewhere, even if the military's put it away? Some unidentifiable, and I don't mean meteorite. Are there any that are living among us? And they're shape changed and they look like humans. Does anybody think that? No, Jesus Christ, we don't. Okay, anybody think that there's some that are walking around in human form? I'm asking. That's probably unlikely. Some of us think there is. Wow. 23,000 people were surveyed in 22 countries. And it was revealed that 20% of the people in the world believe that there are aliens that look like us and are walking among us. Worldwide, 20%, according to this survey, 20% think that there's a monster living next door. You just don't know it. That's a lot. That seems like a lot. I could go with the 5 or 8% maybe. But that many people, but wait, you want to get surprised? The belief is held much higher by people in India and China. 40%. In this survey, 40% of the Chinese, yeah, definitely a greenie living next door. The Indians, yep, most certainly. There could be the cow. 40% of the people that responded, that were in that survey. Jeez, Bill D. X-Files is a documentary. I'm going to tell you my thinking. I think there's extraterrestrial life, but I don't think we've been visited. There's no empirical evidence yet. And if they have it and it's hidden, okay, I'm not sure why, but there's no empirical evidence. My faith is remember back when I was young, I had faith, didn't work out. I don't do faith-based stuff too much. I like to see evidence, empirical evidence, something I can hold, use my five senses to experience it. When my five senses experience something, boop, I believe it. Anyways, that's just me. That's just me. What else? Are there any more randos? Do parents do you think they have visited, unlikely they're still here? So we had a touchdown, huh, Nerdy? But then they were able to like blast off again. They had enough fuel in their retrocharger turbochargers to fly out of here. That's interesting. Justin says octopuses. That's interesting. Parents, do you have a favorite child? Be honest. Do you have a favorite child? Is there one kid in the family you like and one kid in the family? You love them all, don't get me wrong. But Likey McLikerton? You'd be surprised. In my family, growing up, I think I've told you guys this, 6 kids, I was my dad's least favorite. No question about it. I was a whipping boy for him. My brother, greatest thing ever. My sister, on top of the world. Me, and my 3 little sisters, they practically didn't exist. But then my mom, she became the balance. I became my mom's favorite. And then that made my dad mad. Your mom's always protecting you. So, protecting me from you, dude. But I didn't know. So he resented that she would protect me. And it made it worse. And my brothers and sisters like, your mom's favorite. And I'm like, do you want to be dad's least favorite? Huh? Do you want to take a black eye because you got a B in one of your classes? Right? I'm only mentioning that because of this weird, well, we all just have weird childhoods in this, like the way we grow up. Okay? You know what I'm talking about, Penny? I was like right in the middle. I was like favorite of one, not favorite of the other. Why couldn't I just been like hidden in the background like one of my sisters? They're very well adapted now. Okay? Researchers interviewed parents from 384 families with multiple children. They discovered that 70% of the fathers had a favorite child. And 74% of the mothers had a favorite child. Well, I was told that by my mom too, but everybody knew. Can you imagine that? Dads had fewer favorites, but they had them. 70% of your parents had a favorite of this survey. Boy, did we do a lot of damage? Or did we get a lot of damage? Yeah, unfortunately. But we were working through it, aren't we? We aren't a victim of the more we're aware, the more I'm able to just understand my parents were nowhere close to perfect. Nowhere close. Is that right, JC? Kim, it's hard to not be the favorite when you're an only. That would be sad. I was actually my parents' least favorite. I'm an only child. Wow. Yeah, they like Poopsie the dog a little bit more than me. Penny. Yeah, my parents, I was definitely the least favorite. Of how many? Oh, well, I was a single child. I'm not laughing at you. Please laugh with me. It hurts if we don't laugh, okay? It hurts when we don't laugh. That's okay. Again, I have no problem. I used to be so ashamed of my background and like not admit my positions and stuff. Now I can even find amazing humor because laughter is the best medicine. That's why Wazzy's one of my favorite physicians, You want to laugh? You want to get feeling good? Hang around Waz. Start low, go slow. Start low, go slow. What am I talking about? We're through with random factors. We're in class now. Start low, go slow. What do you think I'm talking about? SSW, you're not JC. Kimberly, you're absolutely right, smarty pants. Dosing. It's a really smart saying. Start low, go slow. What's the optimum dose level for LSD and psilocybin? While this at first might seem like a reasonable question, it really isn't. It's the kind of question that makes sense if you're asking about pharmaceuticals, but not about microdose. One wouldn't, for example, ask someone about the optimum amount of string beans you should have with Thanksgiving dinner, or the optimum amount of Ben & Jerry's ice cream you should have for dessert. It's easy to see not only that others can't decide for you, but that your answer depends on a whole host of variables that can change from meal to meal, and of course, very often from person to person. There have to be people somewhere who don't like Ben & Jerry. Could be, but are there? Optimum level. The way to determine the right dose for you at any time is by starting low and going slow and regularly taking time off. Ideally, your first dose will be too low, and you can gradually increase it until you're seeing some of the improvements being sought. Yet you're not taking so much that its effects distract you. That's in the microdosing. Listen you guys already know this, but I'm going to just cover it very quickly. You have two mushrooms, two fruit, from the same exact batch. They can weigh the same exact amount. They're off the same cake, and they can weigh the same exact amount. And you could use one, dose from one, A, and you could dose from B, and you could have completely different effects. One may be stronger completely than the other. It's almost like, I've always called it Las Vegas. Recently, we sent out a lab rat samples, right, of freeze-dried mushrooms, and I asked, could you guys give me a reply? I sent out 7 or 8 eighths to different people here, and I asked for, can I get some lab rat replies? Let me know how the freeze-dried worked for you. I hesitate to tell you because I didn't, have too many expectations, but I might have had 2 or 3 people reply. But it's okay. I'm not making anything about that. But these were freeze-dried. The one reply that I did get a report was extremely well written and well detailed. And in this one, he wrote to me and he says, Pops, when I got it, the first thing I did was I took one of the freeze-dried mushrooms and I ate a whole gram. I took one, weighed a gram, and I ate the whole thing. And I must be honest with you, Pops, I got a little bit of a feeling from it, but not nearly what I expected. Already we're having a problem there with expectations, but separate issue. He said, but I also understand that this was a very well thought out review. He goes, I also understand that some are duds. Some of the fruit are duds. And then he goes, the next time I thought I'd go a little bit slower, and I took a half of a gram. And he goes, and I had a great time. Same bag, same shrooms, same process, 1 gram, half a gram, hit the mark. He also happened to mention that I've never taken mushrooms, eaten them, that I like more than the freeze-dried. The freeze-dried are like what, almost like a mushroom Cheeto. The consistency of them, they're fantastic when you do it. Anyways, my whole point being, fruit to fruit, you're gonna get some variances. It's one of the reasons you microdose with capsules. Because if I take all, I'm gonna have 10 fruit. And if I, obviously, each one has a certain amount of psilocybin in it. 1 through 10, you could actually rank them and rate them if you had the laboratory to do it. Now, if you take, thank you, Free. Now, if you take all 10 and you took the number 1 one day and it was the low dose guy, and the next day you took the number 10 and it's a high dose, and the next day you took this guy and it's a middle dose, you're really getting a rando effecto. So what they do, it's a smart thing to do, is to take all 10, grind them together, and then put that grind amount into a capsule. So at the end of the day, what you're getting is the average of all 10 in one little package. And it's going to be much easier to start monitoring what you're going to get out of each small package as compared to Las Vegas Fruito. Okay? So that's one of the very, very strong advantages to grinding your fruit, and then using it at the grind level more so than the solid fruit level. Strong recommendation. One second here. Do we adjust? A coffee grinder works great, Rodman, but personally I use it because that still leaves your shrooms. If you do that, then we also will run it through a wire mesh and grind it down even further to get a really fine grind. But what we use here is a spice grinder. I'll first put all the fruit in the Ninja grinder, and you end up with pretty big, small little chunks. And then I'll take that and I'll put a second grind using a spice grinder. So a spice grinder will give you a finer grind than a coffee grinder. But you can always, if you're using a coffee grinder, just use a sieve and then just grind your stuff through the sieve, and you end up with this perfectly beautiful fine powder. And you're smelling very mushroomy while you're making it. Okay? So yeah, I started out with the Ninja to break it down and make it easier, and you can put more in the spice grinder, and then we spice grind. Okay? Adjusting for body weight. Do we adjust for body weight? Should a bigger person take a bigger dose? For example, say I weigh 300 pounds. The answer, surprisingly, is no. No. It is not a good idea to adjust the dose for microdosing based on body weight. In 2021, Albert Garcia Romo published a study titled Optimal Dosing for Psilocybin Pharmacopoeia, considering weight-adjusted and fixed dosing approaches. They concluded that across a wide range of body weights, and this is in kilograms, so we'd have to convert it, but between 49 kilograms and up to 113 kilograms, the present results show no evidence that the body weight affected the subjective effects of psilocybin. Kind of makes sense if you think about it, because it's still getting into your blood system, it still has to go to liver, still needs to be converted to psilocin. So it really, as long as you've got a clean functioning system, you're still going to pump it through. While this study looked only at high dose psilocybin use, there's no evidence to suggest that body weight adjusted doses make a beneficial difference for microdosing with any substance. This surprised me. Any adjustment away from the recommended dose range for the substance you are using should be based entirely on personal, individual experience. You're based off of here, not how much you weigh. As discussed throughout, go slow and start low. This always makes sense, as does testing out your proposed dose range on a day where you have nothing else to do, nowhere else to go, and no scheduled commitments. Set and setting is what they're talking about. Make sure your set and setting are positive, and be careful on what your expectations are. Niffy, that's a good one too. Be careful. If you go into it expecting pink elephants and you don't see a pink elephant, you're going to think there's something wrong. We're going to read an article tomorrow, and it's basically the message of the article is know your source. Really important to know your source. And make sure that the person that you're involved with, if it isn't yourself, which is easy, the best source, know your source, because there is more and more coming at us, an influx of a bunch of junk. And it's not going to stop. It's not going to get better all of a sudden. So know your source and make sure that you can trust what you're doing. Let's do a giveaway. I'm going to send an 8th of a supplementary supplement to whoever gets this number between 1 and 50. The first person to get it on my screen. A number between 1 and 50. Greenie, know your source. Trust your source, and know your source knows what they're doing. Give me a number between 1 and 50. And you can put up to 3 of them on your line at one time. 1 and 50. Billy D, it's a 47. Billy D, I was not dreaming, but I was thinking about you just a day or two ago. Thinking, I got to send something to Billy D. Well, the universe beat me to it. Billy D. Bill, I need your address. I probably have it, but when you send it to me, it prompts me to remember to send you your package. So Billy D, I'm glad. Bill D is literally 99 out of 100 times he's the first person in the door at the gym here. He really is. And I hate saying that because I'm not putting pressure on you to not be there first. But Billy D's always there. And don't forget, Bill's 3 hours behind me here. He's over there waking up in Oregon and it's freezing and it's raining. And it's 6 o'clock in the morning. And he just got a package. Let's do our reading for today. Brock told me I have to start speeding the show up a little because YouTube likes my shows to be under an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 10. Somehow it works better when you go to save. Once we reach beyond that curve, YouTube's kind of like, you guys have got a lot of airtime. 4 years airtime, you better believe it is. Our true nature. I'm on page 182 of The Magic of Surrender. Grab this book if you guys get a chance and read it from cover to cover. We just pop around in it and read some certain things that, well, I definitely don't just grab it. I read into these things. I do a little preparation. I'm not joking. I read some things. I try to put some themes together. You know, and it doesn't always come off perfectly, but we don't just do this rando McWando. There's a program, and we get ourselves a good 10 readings in the morning or the night before if I've prepped, and then we're like, we know what we're going to look at. But it sure feeds my soul. So for every reading that I read here, with my little blurb throw-ins, I've probably read a good 7 or 8 myself. Thank you for helping me learn and grow. our true nature. I know it may not always feel this way. No matter who you are, you have likely suffered in love. I understand it. It's not easy being a human being. Maybe your parents didn't give you what you needed. They were selfish, bitter, and angry, even abusive. Perhaps they made you feel less than, unloved, and unworthy. Have a great day, Jeremy. Maybe with your siblings, it was always a competition. Me and my brother. You felt like an outsider in your family, and they were loved more. Big time on that one. Maybe you've been single for years, and you feel like a failure. You're tired of searching. You feel like giving up. You can't help thinking, what the hell's wrong with me? Maybe you've been betrayed or cheated on. People have let you down, and you kind of don't believe in love anymore. I get it. Sometimes those who should love us the most hurt us the most. I was hurt by my parents. I think I hurt my son. I shouldn't say I think, I know I did. The kid I should love the most. And so we run from love because we can't face being hurt again. Give me 5 people that get that. The old program says, just get out of here. Just get out. If you just get out of here, you won't get hurt again, but you're going to be alone, but don't worry. Understood, right, HB? Streety. Oh, God, I love Streety. So we run from love so we won't be hurt again. We'd rather stay safe than go through another heartbreak. We're not sure we could survive another one. I understand that might be the way you feel. But I want you to know, here's the key. Our purpose, what we are made to do, is love. Remember back when we're babies? We're just gaga goo-goo, and we just love stuff around us. We're reaching out, we just want to touch, we want to experience new things. We're not judging anybody, we're not mad at anybody, we're just a bundle of joy and love. Pee our pants, they take care of us, but we're love. We're born love. All this other stuff gets taught to us. Our core, there's been so many philosophies over the years. Are we basically evil? Are we basically good? Are we completely products of our environment? We're born love. Look at the stars. Look how rare you are. I keep going back to our rarity, that I've been just bathing in my rarity lately. That's how we're born. We're born so rare that we get the chance to be a love vehicle when we're babies. Everybody around us, there's nobody. Usually you don't fight in front of a baby. You're gaga going its cheek. You're telling the mom, oh, it looks so cute. You're not telling the mom, boy, you're a son of a girl. You're hugging and loving the baby. The baby's the love center. We are born love. It's hard to believe because I still am programming myself to believe that. Did you know that? I'm still programming myself to believe that because there's so many old programs working on them, making them go away. But that isn't what I believed growing up. I believed the unworthy one. I believed the one I have to earn your attention and your love. So if I can't do it in a good way, I'm going to do it in a bad way, but I'm getting it. I want you to know you are made to love. And ultimately, you can't run away from who you are. That's where our pain comes from. That's where mental health issues come from. Running away from who we are. Once you know who you are, start working, accepting, this is who I am. You're well on your way to mental health. And this is the way I can improve. This is the way I can work old programs and engrams away. And I can do it so simply. It's not complicated. It starts out with just believing that I am love. I've been practicing that here, you guys, for a few years now. And I'm getting better at it. I'm not kidding. I'm not bragging when I say that. I'm not being less humble. I'm asking you to watch the example, watch fruit grow on a tree. You talk about empirical evidence. I just said I need to be able to see it, feel it, touch it, smell it. I am. That's why I know this is true. That's why I get to yell it at you guys, because I feel it so strongly. You can't run from who you are. I tried for years and years and years. I tried to force myself into square holes when I was a round peg. I tried, and all I was doing was being a hypocrite, a phony, and a baloney to myself first. Can you imagine if I'd have known when I was standing on a soapbox in Venice Beach that I'm just love? Can you imagine if that was the message I was spewing out instead of you're all going to hell? Brothers and sisters, we're love. You see, that's who I am. I'm the guy that's supposed to be on a soapbox. I'm not running away from that. But I have to have the right message. My being wants to be on a soapbox, wants to tell people stuff, wants to teach, wants to share. But I have to have the right stuff to do it. I have to have the right message. I can't run away from myself. I have to start out knowing I'm love. And if I'm love, how am I supposed to treat you? How am I supposed to treat you? Am I supposed to gossip about you behind your back? Am I supposed to stab you when you're not looking? Am I supposed to take advantage of you? Should I be fleecing you? Not if I'm being who I'm supposed to be. To run from what you truly are is the most painful thing you can do. You run straight to a bottle, you run straight to a pill container, you run straight to white lines, you run straight to destructive behavior. You run straight to closing the blinds, you run straight to loneliness, you run straight to anxiety. You run fast into depression. It's the most painful thing we can do. Because if there is one thing we are born to do, it's to love. Take a moment and consider how we all started in this life. Oh my God, when you look at newborn babies, they're full of love. Love radiates from their being. You could put an infant in front of a criminal and that baby would reach out for its face, smiling, gurgling, seeking to connect, full of love for whatever's in front of them. The love isn't about the other person. It's just about who the baby is. They are love personified. Love is our true nature. We're here to share it with each other and every person we come in contact with. A baby doesn't reserve its love for only its family members. Babies don't ration out their love to share it for only those who love them back. And yet, That's what we've learned to do over time. Our essential nature gets suppressed through the course of our lives. It starts with our parents. Despite their best intentions, they didn't know how to love unconditionally. When we behaved badly, our parents often punished us. Maybe they sent us to our rooms, gave us a look of disdain, then yelled. Maybe they took away their favorite toy. Maybe your dad beat you. We learned that we did the right thing. If we did the right things, we would be loved. We determined that love isn't something freely given, but something that gets dispensed when we exhibit the right behaviors, get good grades, earn the gold, be pretty. Then daddy loves me. This is when love becomes conditional. When we buy into the paradigm, we think we've got to work to earn love, to earn our worthiness. Just a couple more minutes. This belief system becomes so ingrained in us, we don't even realize it's a story that we've made up about reality. It is a story that we've made up about reality. We think it's reality. So we seek love out there, forgetting we already have it within us. We betray our feelings. We pretend to be people we're not. We say yes when we mean no. Just because you are not in touch with the love that you are doesn't mean you aren't the love. I'm going to say that one again. Just because you are not in touch with the love that you are doesn't mean that you aren't love. You just aren't in touch. That's such a good message. The word gospel means good news, right? That's a gospel story. Just because you don't feel it right now doesn't mean you aren't. It means you have a chance to do some probing. You have a chance to do some practicing. The core is there. It's the very foundation of your being. Remember, you were a baby. Imagine treating everybody like you were a baby. Not like a whiny little baby, but like loving them like a baby would. Babies don't look at someone and say, oh, you're fat. Oh, you're ugly. Oh, you have pimples. Oh, you're the wrong color. Oh, you believe stuff I don't believe. Babies don't do any of that. They just reach out and try to touch the person. Just go, oh, look. It's the very foundation of our being. I'm going to show you the freedom that's available when you step off the hamster wheel. When you stop performing, stop manipulating, and you start seeing. And remember who you truly are. And love freely. This is when we have no expectations. We give it away. We can't take things personal because it's not ours. It's a dumb story. Let's do our best. Thank you, guys. Thank you for today. We'll be scrolling you out here. Good reading. Remember your baby core. For the rest of today, I'm gonna hug my baby. Every time I'm gonna go, would the baby do that? What would baby do? Never. I'd like to have a little one of those bracelets. What would baby do? What would my baby do? My baby was pretty cute. I gotta tell you, I got a picture of him. He's kind of a cute little guy. I almost looked like an Eskimo. What the hell? Are you an Eskimo? Yep, I'm a little guy. I love you. I love Eskimos. Oh, you want to see a picture of Brock as a baby? Oh, let me see if I have it. Real quick. I think I do. He's with his mom. Let me see if it's in here. Wait. Give me a chance. There he is. Little baby bee. You think that little guy isn't full of love?
Run!
He's so happy to just be here.
Run!
Isn't that a good picture of you and your
Run
mom?
while you can, kid!
It's a good picture of you and your mom.
And kid has all the opportunities ahead of him.
You had very few, B.
All the opportunities ahead of him.
It took him a year to get out of the
Run.
hospital. Yeah. You guys go have a beautiful day, okay? There he is. Somebody asked for the picture. There it is. Have a great day, Derek Anderson, Niffer Mama, John Zook, HP and Glassick and Cleany, and Lynette and Niffer, and Derek Anderson and Penny. I'm so glad you were here this morning. Tell Ted too. Billy D. And Jesus Christ in Australia. Nerdy and Mr. 420. Sandman, he loves you too. Charlie Ray Merritt. Cleany and John Zook and Carnivorous. Nipper, you're welcome. Thanks for asking. Billy D. And Derek Anderson and Kimberly, thank you. Clean Girl, I love you. Ishmael Barraza Villegas. Sue Littlemeyer, Jay, Don Fike. Penny Pack, he's adorable. So much charisma. Every nurse in the ICUs and everything, everybody was drawn to Brock. There were other little babies and stuff. They're all in their little bassinet situations or their incubators. Here's this little guy. He would always have a crowd around him. I'd show up for visiting hours. It's like, why is my kid always got a crowd around him? He was performing before he was even performing. It's a true story.
Not even a crowd, a crush.
Oh, yeah. The hot nurses. Yeah, whatever. Johnson, Kimberly, Charlie, Calico, Justin, Marcus, Mushhunter, Niffy, Joe D's, Penny Pack, Herbs, Jesus Christ in Australia, Paige and Free, Corey D, Pilar, Notorious, Marcus, you're the doc, B. Hendricks, Pilar, the Wazzy Wazerton, have a great ride, drive safe. Waz and Sandman and Melissa G, good morning. Pops, peace. Be good, be kind, remember your baby core. See you guys tomorrow. Question and answer. We're going to do a question and answer period tomorrow. So bring some questions. Write them down, and bring them around. See you guys tomorrow.